Piano here. Blah blah blah. Sweet likes to debate, finding rasp, but loves Jesus. Also, a tech and teen media account. Let's focus in on that teen media account for a little bit here. Back to Nothing Phone 2A. Right, we've been looking into trying to start a teen magazine. For teens, because the magazines that we have out for teen boys today, I don't have Brio. If I had access to Brio, we could use that and weaponize it against enemies. But I don't have access to Brio. I probably can predict what it's going to say. Hey, modesty is a state of heart, not just a state of mind, blah, 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 yada, 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 modesty is hardest, blah, blah, blah. All right, whatever. I don't have Brio, but, that's probably what it would say. I do have Focus on the Family, Clubhouse Magazine. But, I mean, aside from that, I'm not showing you my address.
Addie.
Addie. Okay, Addie sounds like a person.
Aside from that, that is all we have, in the evangelical teen magazine space, right? So I was thinking, I always like to see if we can do something that's not been done before, or go out and make something if I can't have it myself. For example, this is going to become a key SSA-LTW plot. I helped figure out legislation that would allow me to go to Babbling Brook Mall with Denver in April. For the SSA-LTW series. Another example, when I got kicked off of NTB, I said I'm going to bring you guys a new social media website, and now we have nottheboy.com. Make sure you guys go check that out. Matt Walsh said that there wasn't some type of database. You'll see this in post-production. So I'm not sure if I can say it on YouTube. So I went out and made it myself. I made my own tech website so I could acquire my own cell phone and be able to review cell phones. And guess what, guys? I was able to do that as well. So if there's something that is out there, I always like to go out there and go acquire it, go beat it, because I can beat anyone at their own game. And that's why the TechBoy Media is trying to expand into even so much more. For instance, the model, beauty, fashion space. Of course, we couldn't break into that, but we released Ava Harper. And once Ava Harper gets more followers, we're going to have Instagram influencer model at the ready. So we are going to be able to go anywhere and do anything as America's leading consumer tech company. All right, anyway, this is just a long spiel to say something about 17 Magazine. So 17 Magazine is apparently, I looked it up, a magazine for teens. I was like, okay. I want to see what our competition looks like. And it is as brainless and dead as possible. Apparently boys don't read magazines. So, of course, that's all we have is Clubhouse Magazine. But there is a plethora of teen girl magazines out there, which is just a deranged Instagram feed with stupid headlines. So imagine, like the New York Post, but like for teen girls. And that's what we got here. So this is 17 Magazine. This should be our competition. Should I release a teen magazine? And we already do focus on entertainment with the Odyssey Boy. We need to start writing that again after SSA-LTW is finished. We finish up the series because there's an actual time date built into it because it's based on real events, so we can't just go extrapolate and go make stuff up. Well, we're gonna make a tiny bit of stuff up, but 99% of it is true. It will be done, and then we can keep it. We'll, of course, keep it online. Maybe we'll put some ads on it, and you guys can go read it. Of course, we have the book. I'm thinking about starting a new book. It'll pick up right after the series leaves off. So you'll have the SSA-LTW book. You have the SSA-LTW website, which, of course, is a bit more accurate. The book goes from September to November. Then the website goes from August to May of 2024, and then we'll have a time jump to September-ish of 2024. And then that's it. The series ends. Unless something big happens that I get involved with. And then after, September, then the new book 2, will pick up after September, and it's just going to kind of map out what would Eve Shea do after becoming president of Glory High. And he is president. Of course, we probably won't release a book with him as president because SSA-LTW, the book, SSA-LTW, the election, is actually based on real events that actually happened, right? But the events post, since Ethan Shea became president, that would dramatically alter everything that happened in December, January, February, March, April, May, June, etc. Right? Like in November, you have Molly over here yapping about smacking kids in the face with the hydro flasks.
That's not a word. That's an animal sound. I've heard it, but I don't know what it means. I think it happened when you dropped some water bottle on the ground or something.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't be happening if Ethan was present. But you know, also there's this whole thing about funding and this competition that's going on, et cetera, et cetera. Right. So it would be kind of hard to mesh what happens in the web series to what happens in the book series, because the web series happens in September, the election in the book series happens in November, so it's easy, but we can't keep pushing it back and back and back and back. I digress. Here's 17 magazine, and it is ridiculous. Like my teen-based content, like the Odyssey Boy, focusing on Odyssey and other audio dramas and now teen television shows. Also, I do talk about a lot of Tubi movies on here. And 17 versus 17 is trash. Okay, no one cares about this Zaya Wade person. Okay, I think that's actually a boy, by the way. Like, bro, we will never run. Okay, I can assure you, the TechBoy Media will never run a stupid article like this. Just don't. Okay, we will never run an article like this. Bro, I mean, look, this is the first time I'm seeing this in like a month. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? These people actually make money. A list of queer and trans resources to consult for support, aid, and more. Good heavens! This magazine sucks. A brief history of the even if you are LGBTQ plus, whatever, which no one actually is, but let's just go along with what they're saying here. Let's just go along for a little bit. Does anyone? You think those teams are actually? Man, I gotta check out what 17 magazine is saying about this. No, okay, guys. No one cares. No one cares. No one cares. Literally, no one cares. Bro, if I was president, I'd just cancel prom altogether. No, you don't get a prom. And absolutely no one cares. Why is this on a magazine that's meant for? I mean, I'm going to, I guess I'm kind of smart, I have the ability to read. Why is this on a magazine meant for 17-year-old girls? I'm just getting that from the name. Okay. Sorry if there you go. And then you have this, absolutely deranged junk, blah blah blah. And then you have these, oh well, who's doing what at some actress event? Some random guys leaving some K-pop group that no one cares about. What does BTS mean? Which the only reason I know or care about them is because they released some purple Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus phone, which is S20 Plus phone. Absolutely amazing. Had a time of flight sensor, 6.7-inch curved display edge screen. Like we had that, the S21. Oh, and a micro SD card slot. The S21 Plus was such a downgrade from that phone. I'm not even kidding. Like it had like a plasticky black, which is I kind of defended at the time back then, but in terms of premium materials, that's dang. And then S21 Plus, you lost your time of flight sensor. Don't even have that on the Ultras anymore. Why do we not have our time of flight sensors anymore? We have our little laser autofocus sensors, but on the time of flight sensors, I was traveling. This is back in 2023 when I was on the robotics team, which is anyway, we can do a deep dive on that. I always talk about like oh, why are all these pride flags on here? Anyway, back I was on the robotics team, and this kid had the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. The Note 10 Plus had a time of flight sensor and had this 3D scanning application that was built offline. This is in 2019. It's in 2023, but the phone was built in 2019. And he was available. He was able to make a 3D scan. Actually, he didn't know about this, but I was able to make a 3D scan of him or his face or whatever while we were sitting on the bus. Yeah, I had literally nothing else to do. But I mean, my phone is infinitely more powerful than the Note 10 Plus. Got the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra here, right? And the only thing that is useful is literally reading X and, of course, making phones, communication, etc. All of those things can be done on a $200 phone. Plus, doing some light video editing, because for some reason, even though my computer has 30 gigabytes of RAM, Intel Core i7 Evo i7, it sucks at video editing. Anyway, why can we not 3D scan offline on the devices anymore? Literally, why? That's probably even a bigger scandal than this trash website itself, which I can do better. Anything they can do, I can do a lot better. First of all, I can do a lot better just by like wiping half the website like wiping this section and that and that and that and that. Like, I don't understand how they're in business. Like, imagine you're a teen girl. Imagine you're a teen girl, right? And you got your apps. You got your Snapchat. You got your Instagram. You got your TikTok, maybe. And then you're like, sometimes I have to go onto Fashion Nova. Yes. See, spending time listening to GCam, taping them. You learn lots of things. You have to go to Fashion Nova, whatever the Shine or whatever the fashion website is, because I don't have the app. I don't want to be addicted to this app. Which, fine, whatever. So you pull out your iPhone. It's always an iPhone, never an Android. You pull it out, you type it in, and you order your stuff, and you're like, yes, I got to check out 17 magazine. And it's just a whole bunch of hairstyles and celebrity news of celebrities I've never heard about. Well, except for Addison Rae, because she was in that Livy video of her pretending. Well, actually, it was Livy pretending to be Addison Rae singing the national anthem.
That our flag was still there. What?
Who the heck is Olivia? Olivia Rodrigo. Isn't she like satanic or something? I can't remember. Sabrina Carpenter. She's like a singer, I think. How is this an article? 11 breakup texts that are genuine but get straight to the point. Imagine you're about to break up with someone, and there we go again. He needs dating threat to national security and a failure rate. Hence, getting into a magazine. Like, I'm pretty sure magazines used to be a lot better back then. Imagine you're about going to a breakup and you go to 17 magazine and you're like, yeah, guys, I gotta check this out. Let's check out what the breakup texts are. It's better than ghosting. Blah 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 blah. Man, they are. This is really really great. And they wonder why ChatGPT is probably going to steal their job. Here's the secret to Olivia Rodrigo's Bambi lashes. Millions and millions of dollars. All right, next. A Legally Blonde prequel cast young Elle Woods. Okay, see, that's actually interesting. The ending to The Wicked, Part 1, explained. Outer Banks Season 4 ending, explained. Are these people blind? Can they not watch a show and figure itself? Who is Blackbeard on Outer Banks? TV shows to watch if you love Outer Banks. Wicked Movie Part 2 has an earlier release date. I mean, this is really interesting. Imagine you have the internet. They call this thing a magazine. This looks like a bunch of... Okay. Camila Cabello wears vintage ruffle mini dress. I do not care or know who this person is. Okay. I don't care if she dressed up like a puppy and had a pink hat on. I really don't care. And I don't think anyone else cares either. And also, how is this a news article? Like, are these people, are they blind? Camila Cabello wears a vintage ruffle mini dress. Yes, we can all see that from the picture that you stole from her Instagram. Okay? Imagine if you're a celebrity and you post some pictures of your Instagram, and then you have 17 magazine coming in here writing an entire long article yapping about what we can all plainly see in front of our eyes. Camila, that she wore a vintage ruffle mini dress. Now, I don't know that it's a vintage ruffle mini dress because I wouldn't know that. But, I'm pretty sure the readers of 17 magazine each know the 17 different types of dresses that are available to them. Anyway, this magazine is absolutely garbage and trash. But the point of this is that we, as a society, need to have better magazines and better websites for teenagers. Right? I think teenager entertainment is overlooked. Right? Of course, we got our Adventures in Odyssey. We got our, all our radio programs. We got our Clubhouse magazine. Right, that's great. But everyone's not going to be watching Focus on the Family, unfortunately. I mean, they even cut that show. What's that show called? McGee and Me. Yeah, it's from the 90s, right? Where is the good entertainment content for teens that's not, say, on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, etc.? Speaking of Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat,